Sister Lydia said that her father was very ill in hospital. And it was so bad that they were even planning his funeral.
They were even planning
His funeral. And Bishop, she said she came to you and you prayed for him last Sunday. And now, Bishop, he's home and he's doing very well.
What happened?
My father was not feeling well. He was even planning his funeral. I was even planning to buy a ticket to see him. So I came and I saw you, and you just looked at his picture and you said he looks like you, and you just prayed. And within 2 days, my sister said, "Oh, Dad is doing very well. He's at home and he's fine, back to himself." So he's very well now.
So now you're not planning to go for funeral?
No.
Somebody praise the Lord. She brought a picture of her father. And she said, "Man of God, my father is very, very sick." So when she brought the photo, it's amazing. When I looked at the picture of the father, they look alike. You seen those girls who look like their father? And she joked, and she was joking, then he told me, "What do people used to say about you and your father?"
They used to think it's my boyfriend, good-looking guy, coming to visit me at school.
When he's taking you to school?
Yes, when he used to come to visit me at school, because I was at a boarding school, because he was like youngish and good-looking. So people used to think, before they knew him, they used to think maybe some other guy looking for me.
But what was the situation? He was very sick.
He was very sick, he was very weak, he was not eating. And my mother said, because Cecilia, my daughter, is the first grandchild, so my sister said, "You know, Cecilia, you're the first grandchild. Your grandfather is sick," because they want her so much because she's the first one. So I was just like, I just didn't know. I was even thinking of flying to go and see him. And then I just came to see you, and within 2 days he was home and he's fine.
And he's all back to himself.
Yes, yes.
Lift up
She has
hands.
another testimony,
Yes.
Bishop. Bishop, she said she also came to see you on Sunday concerning her own life, and you instructed her that there was a certain person she shouldn't be communicating with. So she said, you know, she would be getting those phone calls, and she said after you told her that, she started having nightmares. But she said, you know what, she's going to obey what the man of God said. And Bishop, she said one of the times she just had an angelic visitation. She said she had this person or figure appearing before her, all dressed in white and shiny. And she said after that, the nightmares just stopped.
I need to hear this.
What happened, Bishop? I came to see you because there's this person who said he was told by God that I'm the one who's going to change their life. So you have said, you know, I can just talk to them. But because I've been having strange dreams and everything, so I came to saw you on Sunday and said, "Bishop, this is what's happening." And you said, stop the communication completely. So they've been trying to call me on my house phone, on my mobile phone, and I said I'm not going to pick up the phone. And then they were like attacking me in dreams, like seeing myself sending them messages like in my coffin or something. It was very strange. And
I need to hear this. You see yourself in a coffin, sending the message.
the person was sending me messages because I've stopped picking their phone calls, like you have told me, to say that they've been assigned by the devil to come in my life. So I said I'm going to obey what the man of...
I need to hear this nightmare you're having. Who was in the coffin?
It was me.
Doing what?
I don't know, like I'm dead and the person is sending me text messages dead.
And you can see the same person in the dream, sending you messages.
Yes, yes. So then I said, I woke up and I prayed. I said, I'm obeying what the man of God told me. That's when I took the miracle salt, I sprayed it on the bed. I went to sleep, and then there was this, like a woman all in white, shining, just appeared at the top of my bed. And that was the end of the nightmares. And that person hasn't even tried to text me or call me since then.
Oh, this is very interesting. So you've been having these nightmares constant, and you see yourself in a coffin, and you see the same person trying to text you.
Is the person texting me in the coffin? You know, the person you said I should not talk to is the one sending me message in a coffin.
Who is in the coffin now?
Myself.
And they're sending you?
Yes, because I've stopped talking to them. Because they told me that God has told me that I'm the one to change their life. So they kept manipulating me. I'm sure you know the story. So I stopped talking to them. So you told me it was devil. So when I stopped talking to them, that's when I was dreaming them sending me pictures of myself in a coffin. The person sending me text messages in a coffin, myself in a coffin.
That is strange. Someone said, mm-hmm. Now, there's something important here now. Now, another question is, so what happened now? What did you do?
I took the miracle salt and I sprinkled it in the bedroom. I went back to sleep. I prayed. I said, I'm following what the men of God, I always listen to all the instructions. So I said, I'm following what the men of God have said. And I prayed and I went to sleep. That's when this angelic visit came. And that was the end. And that person has not called me or texted me since then.
Since then. Listen, let me teach you a lesson. I don't want to go much more deeper. It's a private life. But you're going to be very careful about some people that you allow in your life. There are some phone calls which are very strange. Somebody will call you with an unknown number. Once you answer that phone call, you don't even know who it is. They don't even talk to you. Once you put that phone down, it's just problem after problem. That is a type of witchcraft. Very dangerous. That's why you have to be very careful. Listen to your spirit. There are some people who, when they call you. There are people who do anything they can to get what they want from you. Did you hear what I said? There are people who will do anything that they can. They will do anything because they have a demonic assignment to destroy your life. Now, why? She came to see me and she told me, Bishop, I said, no. I warned her since in the beginning. I says, listen, leave this fella alone. Don't talk to them. Don't discuss them anymore. Oh, the person came to her. Oh, you know, God says, you are the one. You're gonna do what?
Said I'm going to buy a Range Rover and give them $1 billion. It was just so strange. So the first time Bishop told me, Bishop did not want to tell me, so I was dreaming the person. The first time I think he was appearing in dreams with snakes and stuff. It was so strange. But he said, oh, maybe he can just be your friend. So they were even, declaring my stuff to be theirs. And it was very strange.
Let me explain this to you. You want to learn something? You want to learn something? Listen. This woman goes and meets a man. And the man says, I believe. Listen, you have to be very careful. Some of you can be tricked easy like this. Even if somebody comes dressing like an angel. Do you still want to hear or you're not interested? There are some of you right now, listen. Even if somebody, that's why it's so important to have a man of God in your life. Mr. Sharp, stand up. If somebody comes and tell you, the Lord said this. That's why you need to have a spiritual father. You contact your man of God. Anybody can come. Stand, Baroness. Say, you know one thing, Baroness? The Lord has showed me, has spoken to me to marry you. The devil is a liar. But because they use the name of the Lord, it's difficult for you to resist. And you end up becoming hyper. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. And what happened? She came to me, told me, oh, you have to be, if somebody came and say, I says, bring him. Let me see. I says, come on, I says, Bishop, what do you see? I says, no. Talk to him. I says, no. Be careful. Suddenly, the person was busy telling her, you're the one who's going to buy me a Range Rover. You're the one. Now, who is supposed to buy the other one a Range Rover? Is it the man or the woman? Someone say, help me, Jesus. So I told her, it was private. It's not here. I says, can I arrange for me to meet that person? And she did make arrangement. She did make an arrangement for me and I met that person. When I met and looked at him, I asked, what does he say? He says, you are the one. God showed me, you're going to get me out of poverty. You are the one. Blah, blah, blah. And I told her, there are some people who you can never get them out of poverty. Instead of them getting them out of poverty, they want to bring you to poverty. Hello, sisters. Hello? Please, I beg you, listen to me. Don't ever marry a man because you feel sorry for him. What happened? Every time, what I tell her, don't communicate anymore, because when that person sent, you don't know what she's talking about. None of you know who she's talking about. You think you know? No. Some of you are thinking, they think that they know. They don't know. I'm the only one that knows this. You never seen him. I'm the only one seen him. It's my daughter that says that I want you to see. What happened? Every time we send those texts, something will go wrong. I'm here to let you know, any witchcraft that been used against you, we ban it in Jesus' name. Sometimes I've seen people, every time when you have a breakthrough that day, somebody will call you and the line is blank. You hear T and they're not talking to you. Every curse against you will break his powers. Someone say hallelujah. But thank God for her. God sent an angel and the nightmares are over. Lift up your hands right now. Because your testimony has helped many people, the Lord has cleansed you right now. You are free